Hello YouTube, this is Advanced Tech Engineering with another little project that I saw someone else do, and I wanted to recreate it just to see if it was real or not, which I don't see any reason why it wouldn't have been. And it is, it works just fine. And you may have heard of this. There's a video on there, it's called, if you look up the StarGate motor, well, it's an interesting little video. The guy's pretty intelligent, and however, when I was trying to talk to them, they wouldn't talk to me. I tried to get this jig from them. This magnet alignment jig is what you see here around this motor, and I wanted the specs, or I wanted to just buy one from them. You can see the one in the video. It's just, you can tell they cut it by hand. They wouldn't talk to me. I even went to their website. They wouldn't respond, and which is poor business ethics, if you ask me. So what I did is I just went ahead and recreated it myself. Of course, I have a full shop, and I'm an electrical and a mechanical engineer all rolled into one. I have a CNC machine. I went ahead and just made one up myself. Now I'm going to pass it on to you, because you're probably getting the same kind of response, and we put this on our website as well, so you can purchase it. It doesn't cost much to make. You can see that it's stacked together with pieces of 3/4 inch MDF and screwed together with brass screws to hold it together. We also pin it using these with 1/4 inch metal dowels to hold it together while we're working with it. This motor is a standard motor you can buy from another company for about $100. I have the links to it on our website if you want it. It's about $100 for the motor, another $18 for shipping. The specs are right here. They give you these same exact specs on the other video from the other person. Also, I give you these specs on our website. So you can buy everything. I give you the specs for the magnets. These are 2 inch by 1 inch by 1 inch magnets. There's 4 of them. They're N50s. These smaller guys here, these are 1/4 by 1/4 by 2 inch. They, I believe, are N45s. I can't remember, but I do have a link to them where you can buy them for the best price, at least what I found. The arrangement of these magnets is, let me double check. Got this little thing here that'll tell you which side's facing out. So okay, so I labeled it here on the motor, as you can see, but I wanted to make sure that I had this thing apart so many times that you can flip this over, but letters are right side up, so that's got to be the way I had it. Right, so you can see the configuration on this. I will show you with this. It's just a little tester so you can see which way it's facing. So that south is facing up, south is facing up, south is facing up, and south again. And then down here, of course, we're going to switch to the other side. North, 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 and this one here is also north. So these two are opposites of each other. So just pay attention to that if you buy one on our website or on eBay. We have them listed just for your own testing purposes. I know we're all working for trying to get cheaper energy. So there you have it. That's the magnet position. You know what they all are to get this RPM. Now what this thing does is, with these magnets on here, this thing is rated, you can see here, at 24 volts, and the RPM is 3000 at 24 volts. You can get, close to 30,000 RPMs with 24 volts with this magnet arrangement. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show it to you running, and I can measure the RPM with this little guy here, and I'm going to power it with this little power supply here, which is it's only a 3 amp power supply, and I got it set at 6 volts. And what you're going to see is the current kind of maxes out on it because it doesn't have enough current to start the motor fast enough to where the motor reaches the RPM it wants to. And as the motor has a slower RPM, or is below the RPM it's made for, the current is going to be higher until it gets to its RPM. Another reason that's how electric motors work. If they have a load on them, they slow down, the current goes up so that it can have more torque to get back to the RPM it's designed for. So that's why you're going to see a higher current here. If I had a better power supply, it would drop faster. So let's go ahead and turn it on. I'll show you the motor. You can hear it wind up. And I'll show you the power right here. As we're at about 6 volts. And we're spinning pretty fast. Let's see what we get here. Yeah, so you're close to 4,000 RPMs with just 6 volts. You're over the rated RPM. Now, what you'll notice is on the box here, I'm gonna go ahead and turn this off. I'll let you see the power again one more time, which they don't do in that other guy's video. That drives me crazy when people don't show you all the data. So if there's data you want, let me know. So now, if you look on this box, this is false advertising if you ask me, but it says ball right here for bearing, ball bearing. That's a lie. There's no ball bearings in this motor. They're bushing bearings. However, I found a place to buy these bearings. They're weird size, so they're really hard to find. So I'll see if I can get more of them. The guy didn't have many. I bought 5 just in case I ruin a couple or whatever. But they're not that expensive. Maybe $2.50 each for actual bearings that go in here. And then you'll be able to spin it at a faster RPM and not burn it up because the shaft has just got so much friction right on this bushing. But anyway, I wanted to show you that it worked. Run at 6 volts. I could turn it to 12. It'll go pretty fast, but it takes a while to spin up, and it'll reach too high of an RPM for this housing, and it'll get hot, and I don't want to burn this motor up. I'm going to make another video showing actually what it looks like inside the motor. It's actually it's quite basic. This housing here is 5 millimeters thick. It's not 1/8 of an inch thick. It's a lot thicker than that. What else can I tell you? These lines I put on here, this is where there are no magnets inside the case, and also where the bolts go through. Then they're drilled and tapped on the other side of this cover, and then the bolts are right here. They go through there. What we have done, which is kind of an interesting thing, is we wanted to see what happened if you got rid of this housing completely. So what we did is we went ahead and designed a completely different housing. Of course, I make everything out of wood, and then I make it out of whatever it needs to be made out of, because wood is a lot cheaper than plastic or aluminum. But this is a completely new motor housing. This motor fits in here perfectly without the housing. Use the original motor bolts to hold this whole thing together. You can see this thing is it's not bolted together at all. It comes apart, and I'll actually take the front off so you can see. But we got the notches in here because on the commutator side of this motor, the bushing, the brushes are attached to this piece, and there is some notches that need to be lined up in here so that it's set right when you put it in your new housing. We also sell these new housings on their website, but the main purpose of them is so you can put your own magnets in there and configure it yourself. We also will, let me pull this cover off. It's kind of a pain with one hand, and it's going to drop when I do. So, see, there's the metal dowels we use to hold it together for working with. But you can see you can fit 6 magnets in there, a lot bigger magnets that come with it. and you can get up to 4 inches in length in here, which you can get an N48 that has like 250 pounds of pulling power on just one magnet. And I've got a few of those laying around. Actually, you have to separate them far away or you'll crash things into them. But yeah, that's it. This housing fits that motor perfectly. It's the rotor fits in there just perfectly. Center doesn't rub on anything. We make these out of plastic, is what it's meant to be. You can buy it out of MDF, but these strong magnets I put in there, you can see that pulling this thing in and out, it's chipped some of the MDF. You know, so you should probably have it. If you buy it, you can buy it out of this if you want, but I recommend buying it out of the HDPE, which is a type of poly. It'll last longer. But then if you wanted to change this configuration, how we have it right here, we have it so you can have a north side basically and a south side. And if you wanted to have a smaller magnet, these are designed so they fit the 1-inch square magnets. But if you wanted to say, you wanted us to make one like this, only so the whole motor would fit in there, you want this line here or here, we would do it for you at the same cost as it would cost to make this one here, because it's not much of a change. And we don't charge a lot for machine work. We figure, you know, some money is better than no money. So I'm just happy to be making stuff. But anyway, come check us out, or this webpage on our page. We also do the hydrogen stuff as well. But I wanted to recreate this because those guys, basically they were just jerks. So here you go. And I hope you will check out the website and continue to experiment. If there's any information you want about this, I think just knowing which way these magnets go is all you really need to know. So anyway, thanks for watching.